Winter in Bloomington was cutting and sharp, playing the wind like a frozen glass harp. I was calibrating optics for a high-altitude lens when the tracking computer started making amends. A blip in the constants, a tear in the sky. In 1900, where the giants would fly, I ran past the Arboretum, my breath in a cloud, to the lead-shielded door where the silence is loud. The monitors flickered in a metallic sheen. The LZ1 is failing, Rachel said to the screen. The disruptor's there on the banks of the lake. The steering is jammed for history's sake. The dream of the airship, the birth of the fleet, was falling toward Friedrichshafen in a fiery defeat. I tightened my harness, the leather and chrome, and stepped through the rift toward a hydrogen home. All the paths of the traveler, through the gears and the mist, with the weight of the centuries bound to his wrist, correcting the shadows, repairing the crime. But you only have 48 hours of time. I landed on a catwalk 300 feet high, where the skeleton of iron was piercing the sky. The wind off Lake Constance was a howling machine, where a shadow was slashing the fabric and jean. The disruptor was fleeing through the ribs of the hull, leaving the rudder heavy and null. I swung through the girders, the gas bags above, to splice the steel cables with a desperate shove. Oh, the path of the traveler, through the gears and the mist, with the weight of the centuries bound to his wrist, correcting the shadows, repairing the crime. But you only have 48 hours of time. The watch started screaming, a high silver tone. 47 hours since I'd left the unknown. The airship was tilting, the water was near. The shouts of the Germans were frozen in fear. I locked the main witch, I forced the gear home, as the silver Leviathan leveled over to foam. The portal hummed open, a rift in the gray, just as the Zeppelin drifted away. I tumbled to the concrete, the limestone was still. Back in the lab on the university hill, the chronometer flatlined, no seconds to waste. I breathed in the Indiana air at its taste. The screen showed the flight, the 18-minute run. The age of the airship had finally begun. I wiped off the grease and the cold lake spray while the students were starting their Indiana day. I looked at the clouds through the glass of the gold. tonight. You'll always make it back in time.